Hi everybody, this is Mark Schold from the Training Works. Last video we talked about the importance of using stories in our presentations and in our corporate training. Today we're going to talk about some of the skills we can use or that we need to have and some of the things we can incorporate in our stories to make them even better and sound even better for the audience and really get the audience involved with their emotions. So we want to talk about sensory language today. And by sensory language, I'm talking about language that plays to the senses, particularly KAV, meaning kinesthetic, auditory, and visual language. So we're going to focus on the first one today, which is kinesthetic language. And what kinesthetic really means is a feeling. It's the way that we feel things. So it can be an internal feeling like joy or sorrow, or it can be an external feeling. It could be like the feeling of something on our skin. And when we use kinesthetic language in our stories, it's going to make that feeling that we want to portray come across so much more powerfully to the audience. And they're really going to feel what we want them to feel. So what is kinesthetic language? Well, simply put, it's words related to feeling. So a couple of simple examples would be the word feel, or touch, or sense. All of those words are very kinesthetic. So I'll take a simple sentence. For example, if I take the sentence, there was tension in the air. How can I take that sentence, there was tension in the air, and make it more kinesthetic? Well, I can use the word sense. So I could say, I sensed the tension in the air. And it may seem insignificant because you're taking the word was and you're replacing it with the word sensed, but it's making it more powerful for the audience. When they're listening to it, they're going to feel. They're actually going to sense themselves that tension. So when talking about kinesthetic language, we want to use verbs, adjectives, and nouns that add to the kinesthetic language in our stories. So I'll give you an example of a sentence that's very kinesthetic. And when you're listening to it, see if you can pick out what are the words that make it kinesthetic and make that feeling come across. So I could say, as soon as I walked through the door, I felt the heavy weight of the tension in the air. It literally smacked me right across the face. So what was kinesthetic about that sentence? Well, you had words like felt, heavy weight, tension, smacked. So when we say words like this, now we're giving the audience something to feel. And that's what makes it so kinesthetic. So if we add that to the language that we're using when we're telling a story, wow, the audience is really going to get the point. It's going to make the story stick even better, and it's going to make the main point that's connected to the story last in their minds even longer. So that's my tip for today. Take a story. If you're planning on using a story in your presentation, in your facilitation, or just telling a story amongst a group of friends, try to make it more kinesthetic and see how that feels for you. Next video, we'll talk about how to make our stories even better through auditory language. All right, everybody, thanks a lot and have a great day.